Hiya, hiya. Well, if you want to be famous, you got to be totally offensive anymore. You have to really be up against the wall and then scream your brains out. Get an agent, get an act, get some money, buy a PR firm. That's what you got to do. You got to rent them. All these guys pay for PR, you know. I mean, even Howard Stern doesn't need any more promotion, but I understand. What is his bill about? Maybe about 10 grand a month just to stay on the horizon. You know, they want you to be out there. And or else you got to go on America's Got Talent. Now I'll be going on America's Got Talent. I want to perform. I want to know what my act is. I'm going to perform a sexual act. Well, I'm an amateur. That's according to my ex-wife. So you know, I'm going to get my date drunk and pour a beer on my hand. Was that a Gary Owens joke? I think that was on Laughing. Boy, he didn't tell that on television. I didn't talk off the air. Boy, we were smutty. And the Friars Club, you know, we had the roasts, you know. We don't have a roast anymore because we have a microwave. But I'll tell you something here. It's all it is 60 minutes done in a minute. You know, it's fast. We have something to talk about today. Pay attention. TikTok is now giving food recipes. Now, this is a half minute of the most ridiculous stunts from people since America's Got No Talent. No, since the bloopers, right? Remember the bloopers on television? So I decided I'm going to share with you my secret recipe. It's called making a sandwich. You take a piece of bread and you put 2 pieces of cheese on it, right? Like this. And then you put the other slice of bread on there. This is a sandwich. This is $4 at Submarine. No, can you imagine? Now, what makes this good? Why would I tell you how to make a sandwich? Everybody knows how to do this. You did that with a school lunch. Here's what you do. You take one of these great little toaster bags, see? And you put this inside the toaster bag and you put it in the toaster. And then you have a toasted cheese. And it looks like this. And that's all you have to do. Except you have to eat it. Now that's how you make a sandwich. It's a toasted cheese sandwich. You're going to run out and want to buy these bags, I know. Well, as I talk to you with my mouth full, the worst kind of a guest. I hate when people do that. You know, they get on the phone or on the internet or on Zoom. Wow, that's good. Not only do people bore you with the conversation, but they eat. They try to multitask. You know, they want to have lunch while they're talking to you. Now, that may be okay for a business deal because you really don't want to be eating while you're talking to your future employer or making a sale. And the worst thing is a cocktail party where you got something on your teeth while you're talking, or you're drinking and you spit out, or you have alcohol and you start to act stupid. That's when you run for office. Speaking of that, what is with this this vaccine? What are you stupid? Take the vaccine. You know, the worst thing that could happen is for you, if you catch COVID, is to go on a respirator and die. That's the worst that could happen. The best thing that could happen is you get the vaccine and you don't get that far. That's it. Because the protection is not that you will never catch anything and you'll be Snow White all your life or snow black and white. But you're going to have something that protects you from death. Because that's what it does. It stops people from having to go on the respirator and going to the hospital and dying. That's what I think. I mean, there's no debate on that one. Even Trump got a shot. You know, he had a shot at the office. He's lucky he didn't get shot. But you know, he had a shot. He had the vaccine, and then he tells everybody to not get it. And this other governor, this one that's this mental midget in Florida, well, he's just another puppet. But you know, this is the guy that won't wear a mask. He shouldn't wear a mask. He should have, am I going to say it now? Masking tape on his mouth. That's what you need. Where's that other mask? Did I bring one of these out here? You have to have the 95 mask. That's the one that's the best protection. Not a double bagger, because the woman's ugly. But you wear a mask that's got a breathing space thing on it. It's the best that you can do. It's to protect you from catching, but it's also protecting someone else from catching from you. So it's kindness, like they do in Japan when they have a cold. People treating this, they said, I don't want to get a vaccine because I didn't get one when I had the flu. This is not a flu. This is an epidemic, you dummy. This thing is going around like the Black Plague. Even the priest who worked with the lepers in the islands, what island was it that he was on in Hawaii? It was, I can't think of it, Malachi. That priest caught leprosy because he worked with the lepers, And if you, but he didn't have a shot to protect himself from that. I mean, he's peeling skin and this disease. It's a whole different ballgame. So is AIDS. That's different. HIV is different than, and this is an epidemic from carried in the air. And we lost a pet last week. I lost a bird. You see the bird with me. That bird was only 4 months old, or 6 months old, but we had it for 4 months. So I think somewhere along this particular thinking, there may be even some of this transference in the air. It may be in the air. We've had the bird out here all the time on the porch, and the one before it that died. So I don't know. It didn't die quickly. It was over a long period of time. But I'm going to tell you something. You don't know. Get the vaccine. What do you care? Go. It's like go have someone give you a prick. That's very easy in this town. And what you got to do is get that vaccine, and then wear a mask and wait until everything goes away here. And it will eventually it'll go away if everybody jumps in and does the right thing, because it's not going to find a host anywhere. And boy, does television need one. I was watching Gayle King with Zuckerberg this morning. He was fumbling his way through. He's wearing these what they call reality glasses, and it's a big mask, and it's a reality trip. You've seen them, I think. You know what they are. You put them on and you can watch a movie or watch anything on there that takes you away from where you really are. And this particular way of communicating, he says, is going to be popular in the next few years because people don't want to go to the office. And you will create that situation. As a matter of fact, you will see the other person's next to you in this frame. And he showed an example of it with Gayle King, who is Oprah Jr. She's, I see her face and I say, oh, here we go. I know where we're going with this one. Women's rights, black rights, Oprah's right. You know where we're going with it. It's a routine, folks. Welcome to showbiz. So you put this mask thing on, and the other person is an avatar. You know what that is, right? That's that cartoon-like looking person. And you become one. And you look to each other. You can change the background. You can do that on Zoom, too, And you can, without leaving the house, you can go anywhere you want. It's a mental ranch. You see everything. It's virtual reality. And he says we're all going to be doing this instead of going to the office. People are going to create a boardroom. They're going to create a room where there is a blackboard and you can draw with your finger on it. And he showed an example of that. It was interesting. But don't forget, he's an introvert. This guy doesn't want to go anywhere. He doesn't even want to go before the Senate and the Congress. He's not going anywhere. He went as far as he's going to go. That's it. He won't leave the house. But seriously, he's an introvert. And I'm not. I'm an extrovert. I'm social. I want to touch people, hug them. Not like Cuomo, but close. I think somewhere along the line we have to just stop the crap and stop doing things to catch people at their worst and then have a commercial to support it from lawyers. That's what we're doing. See what we're doing? Do you get the overview? As that we're finding fault with people, and then we're putting ads on TV for lawyers to find fault with people. You know why? Because we have shifted from a working society to an investors society, and everybody who invests is protected. That's where all the money is. The money is in stocks and holdings, corporate moves. So what's the first thing they do? Get rid of the employees. Why? They don't want to carry you for a long time. They don't want to give you health benefits. They don't want your personality around. They don't want older people. They want younger people because they're more vulnerable. They're easier to train, and they cost less. And they'll fire anybody who gets in the way of their profit. So you notice these big companies, what they like is to go robotic, or they go overseas with phone calls to settle issues, like the Philippines or I think India. Very, very often, when you want something done with Apple or you want AT&T, you don't get someone here anymore. They don't hire anybody here. No workers, only investors. And they want us to now, when I was a kid, we used to have a pension that was coming up. And when you work for the government, you still have that, I think. But they don't want that anymore. No unions, no pensions. They just want you to take your money that you got and buy a 401k and go 401k yourself. That's what it is, I didn't make it this way. But we all can change that, All we got to do is pull your pants down and moon the government. That's what you got to do. Give them a great big ham. Say, here's your ham slice, baby. Pull your pants down and face Washington and let them see your crack. There's a vote. It's a Reynolds wrap.